Hey there, Twisted Sage here. We on the precipice of a full moon Leo. About 24 hours from now. I believe it's going to be happening at 27 degrees. Sun in Aquarius, obviously 27 degrees. Moon in Leo. Alright, well, turns the fuck out. I missed some details. Bengals lost. So obviously, my huge deciding factor was that going with the Bengals was because the Bengals were labeled the home team. So I thought too deep into the magic squares that elites have been pressing upon the people for a long time. Hundreds, maybe thousands of years. The moon favors, I guess, perhaps the geographical home team. Trying to think of some more details I saw with Matthew Stafford. For me, I'm bummed. I did decide to place a $50 bet, but it consisted of like the Bengals winning, Burrow getting 260 yards, and their star receiver Chase scoring a touchdown. And off of $50, I would have made like $400. So whatever, $50 fucking loss, but more of a validation scenario that my intuition was wrong. And so, with power comes great responsibility, and by no means do I ever want to mislead anyone by my interpretation of the celestial movements. So I apologize if anybody made bets and lost money on. Now, there was a certain fashion that in that betting world, you could have bet the Bengals and still won, because the Rams didn't. It was a 4-point spread. So if you bet the Bengals, you still won, because the Rams only won by 3 points. Those are, my frustrations have become, because I do have a lot of inner sight and wisdom. But if it doesn't pan out exactly how I see it, I feel like a failure. And for those who have followed me long enough, know my story, that's what set me on this greater astrology path, was I won money. And I won by pivotal placements. It wasn't just because it was a full moon in Aquarius that conjuncted my Mercury and sextiled my Uranus, and Jupiter was in my second house, and that trined my money planet Venus. But I had the intuition, like I said, 4 or 5 months prior to that winning. So when it came to fruition, it just blew my fucking lid off. And so thus, yes, I'm whatever, fucking, I don't have the hardest life, but I definitely don't have the easiest life. And if one can use the celestial patterns for better fortune and soften some of these harsh blows that Saturn and this existence has, by all fucking means, that isn't greedy, in my opinion. But Now I'm sure I look like a fucking fool, look like a fucking clown, and throw dirt on the language of astrology because my skills aren't as tuned as I feel they are or whatever. So yeah. Maybe it's just my pride hurt, but it's a soul hurt too. It's a soul hurt. Because I've always known my inner power, my inner light, that I was something special. But upon every action I take, the external world tells me the opposite. But any fucking who. Life moves on. Star Dad out. If you know how to read the fucking astrology, he doesn't lie. I just miss some details.